It's Sunday again, my coffee is warm and my charts are up, so let's get into the most fun part of the week. Let's see where opportunity lies within this coming week. Where can we make money? You know that I trade Adidas all the time. Sometimes people ask me why. I personally think I have some kind of connection with Adidas. I traded it a lot. I think I really know this stock. I know its moves. I gotta, it is a certain feeling you got. I am 100% behind their 5-year plan. If a company says we have these are the plans and these are in very extreme detail what we want to do, there's just one goal, and that's success. I think Adidas is also doing good things with um, joining forces with great artists in the industry. For example, Kanye West. I think at the time Kanye West started bringing out shoes for Adidas, I think Adidas just went up from that point out. So that's great marketing, great strategy. I like it. So enough of that. Adidas. What happened? I told you guys that yesterday. Adidas went up at this huge gap. What happened over here was that there were the numbers came out, earnings came out last week, and obviously they were amazing. So price jumped up with a gap. This was around 60 was the previous high. Was back in half year ago, I think, something like that. So this is a huge gap, of course, and price is still moving up, still momentum. Of course, we see some overbought on the RSI, but the way I trade this, I wait for a pullback. I wanna let's see what kind of pattern we can see in the coming week. But of course, right now we are not trading this at all. Maybe if we draw in a small trend line over these areas, I think once price comes back to, I think it will be around the 70 level. So I think we are waiting for a pullback of 10 points to re-enter. Of course, this gap will be an important level as well. So let's see what happens. For now, not trading it, of course, because we want to see a new structure, a pullback, and then we re-enter. Volkswagen, let's go through that quickly. It's just one thing I can say about that. I need a break of this trend line. If we do not see a break of that trend line, I am not trading this. And a very important thing as well is this 142 level. Once that breaks, we are still into some more downward momentum. So not really actively trading this. Keep an eye out on this this trend line over here. So next one, Alibaba, still the same setup. I see. Okay, this is it. What happened is price has been in this range for almost a month now. So classic range trading. Go in low, exit high, go short, exit low. Stop losses just outside of these supply and demand zones. Very beautiful setup. Maybe we can put this one a little higher because price has edged a little higher. So that for the range traders, I range trade this as well. Last week I didn't take this trade because I want to see a further pullback than just the middle. So this is my entry area, so I didn't find an entry, but definitely have an eye on that one. Then the next one, let's go through the stocks pretty quickly and then go over to the Forex. Shopify, yes, amazing trade, pullback, waiting for this a long time. I entered on last Thursday, I think, and Friday when the sessions were over, I was looking at my charts and at my MetaTrader, and I saw that price was actually at my take profit again. So this is the all-time high, so this could be a double top, but we have to see if this one moves through or comes back down again. Young stock, not that much volume in it yet, but I think there's great momentum in this stock. Definitely swing trading this, a little bit scalping this one as well, because when this one will touch the 62 or 61 again next week, I will be entering again and take my profit around 64. So I'm scalping it a little bit, this pretty obviously was a swing trade. So Shopify, still very excited about that one. Then 2 more to go. We have Netflix, that's in a range as well. I think this one starts to look like Alibaba a little bit. And we are actually in a area where you can still enter long if you want to. Putting on this one, let's go to the 4-hour chart. I would want to see a break of this trend line because we are actually seeing lower lows as well, so that's an interesting thing. So let's keep this one. This looks like a descending, a downward channel, but then again, if this trend line breaks, we are going back up and we are still in a range as well. So Netflix, I like this. This is a very clear range. You know where your risk is, you know where you should get out. Clear lines, clear patterns, clear price action, great. But then one of the bigger moves this week. Finally, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for this one to make a decent pullback, and finally happened. So it actually touched this trend line. I had a big pending order over here and started running already. It came into the moving average, as you can see here, and it got rejected and fell back. So let's see what a second retest of this moving average will give us. Maybe we see another touch of the trend line next week, but this is definitely an area to consider entering longs. And of course, let me point it out, once we are in, once we are in, of course, there is room to go up. So interesting setup. I am already in this setup and I will be watching IBM. Let's switch to the daily to give you guys a picture of where we are at. Look at my other videos and under the technical analysis playlist, where I do technical analysis like 20 minutes just talking about one stock. So I analyze the beep out of one stock. I go on the weekly time frame, the daily time frame. I put in indicators, everything, to get a clear picture. Of course, everything happened by the time I'm showing you this. So if you want to see the whole process, go to the technical analysis playlist. For now, I think this is pretty obvious. IBM has been in a pretty awesome uptrend, and with some nice touches, some nice swings, and we are in another swing, another touch of the trend line. So let's see what happens over here. Then that's it for the stocks right now. Let me go from top to bottom in my watch list. Let's start off with the US dollar Swiss franc. This is the daily chart. We came from a downward correction and we are into a upward momentum, a upward move. I see something that I already have on my MetaTrader chart. That's this line. We are seeing we can connect some of these highs. Let's start with the beginning before we go into forex. It's a big week. Let me show you guys how I don't know if you do this every week, but I just want to point out that it's very important to watch this calendar. This is the calendar, the economic calendar on investing.com. I selected next Wednesday because we all know Wednesday the 15th. This is going to happen. The FOMC, the Fed, will make a decision on the interest rate. It looks like everything they said, everything that's been happening, that there will be a rate hike this time. So of course a rate hike will give the US dollar some more strength and it could continue to rally. Let's switch back to the chart. Then this is the US dollar Swiss franc. All the US dollar pairs are of course influenced by a potential rate hike. If the dollar gets stronger, this pair will continue to move up. But as you can see, last Friday the non-farm payrolls came out, and those showed some solid numbers as well. But in fact, you would think good numbers will give the dollar a good swing up, but that didn't happen. So as you can see, this trend line got tested, got penetrated actually a little bit, but these pin bars show us that price was not continuing to go lower. So this I entered actually on this trend line, and I am anticipating a move back up. I think the dollar maybe is taking a little breather because the numbers are good, you know, but there are no new numbers on the agenda. The big event next week is Wednesday, the FOMC Fed meeting. Everybody knows that there's a 90 or a 95% chance the rate will be lifted. What they often say is when we all know that certain that price will be influenced in that way that a rate hike can be already priced in. As you can see, the dollar has been ranging up lately. I can show it also on the dollar index. That's only showing on a daily. This is quite a move back down. Quite a reaction of the on NFP. So let's see if this is just a momentum where people took their profits. Of course, it was Friday. A lot of people take their profits. Maybe this is a great entry to go back up again, but it's interesting to see. I can't, of course, I don't have a glass ball. I can't tell the future, but we do it with technical analysis. The odds are with us if you think the dollar will be stronger after the rate hike. Also consider just manage your risk. Of course, manage your risk. Let's see what happens. Maybe the dollar takes a breather on Monday, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday, going into that rate hike, we see some more dollar strength. And when this decision is made that the rate will go up, we see some more dollar strength. But be aware that if for some reason they hold on hiking that interest rate, then something happens where the dollar is stronger because of the everybody thinks the rate is going up, and when news is unexpected, expect a huge and a fast drop. So that's the other way around. So be prepared for that news. Make sure you manage your positions and your your account, of course. This is the dollar index. Let's switch back to the US dollar Swiss franc in this one. I take my decisions on the 4-hour chart. Let's switch over there. This is classical. I really like this pair. It's a touch, a move, very long rally, touch, a move, long rally, etc., etc. This is great. So this is another swing trade entry. I'm going long over here, and I'm considering to exit on the top of this trend level. But with the US rate hike, I might leave out, might take profit, because I just want to see how far it can go, because there could be potential until 102, 103, something like that. So that being said, then we have this pair, which is struggling to find some clear. Let me see what we can draw on this one. This pair is struggling. This is always interesting to see when you draw those trend lines. You can see the price is moving into a cluster right now. This support is acting up. This trend line is acting up. Not really seeing it here. Not really seeing this one. It looks like an up move, of course, quite obvious. This support needs to hold. So actually, we are starting the week with a potential move back up. I think the same thing happened as we saw on the dollar index. The dollar got a little weak by the end of the week. People taking profits. We saw this drop at the end of the week, and maybe we are seeing a great opportunity the market is giving us, coming all the way back down. If the dollar continues to get stronger, of course we see another move up. So US dollar, Singapore dollar is an interesting to me. It's interesting. I will be watching this. If this level holds and starts to make highs again, this could be a very nice move to the upside. We should also not forget this move is in there also. So okay. Well, that being said, Singapore dollar. I want to zoom into this one for a little bit as well. I think a lot of people are anticipating this, were anticipating this move, but for no particular reason. Of course, the dollar was strong, New Zealand dollar was weak, but I didn't expect this one to break through after all those weeks, months, years of moving in this range. But it happened, so we are at a critical point in where we will see another attempt and a break up or a move down. So it's interesting to see what happens here and over the next week. As you can see, bulls and bears are fighting at the moment. Where are we going? Are we going up or are we going down? So let's see what the Asian session, of course, for Australia and New Zealand will bring us. Then let's go to the euro dollar pair. It's quite a big zone, if you ask me. So what happened here is that price moved back and broke the previous high. Of course, is now struggling with this previous high. So no. And of course, when the dollar is getting stronger, we expect another push lower. This is also the euro is influencing this move as well. Let me point out what I think will happen. If there is a rate hike coming up, then of course price will continue to go lower. Also watch this level over here. I don't like this pair at all, because as you can see, we are making a low, a high, a low, a certain high, then we start moving up again. We test this high but it fails, then we drop again, then we are making a low, a high, low, a low, and then we are already making new highs again. I do not like to trade euro dollar at all, but since a lot of people for some reason do and they ask me questions about it, let me zoom into this again this week. If you want an opportunity out of this one, I do not know. There's 50% chance this will continue to go up to test this 108, or it will fail to break this level and continue to go down with the rate hike on the agenda, and then it will struggle already on around this level, and then again around this level. I don't like it, but feel free to trade it. This is what I do like. Classic reversal pattern. We can see it better on a 4-hour chart. Price has been moving up, consolidating for quite some time, and then finally this trend line broke and price started moving, selling off pretty convincing. A retest, I entered on this trend line and then I had a nice profit on the beginning of last week, and now I think I already have a pending order around this trend line again. So when it touches and it opens, I will be in for a first move for the next week again. This are the charts I like. 4-hour chart, nice swings. Go short, cover your shorts. Go long, cover your longs. Go short. This is what you want to see. The same as US dollar, Swiss franc. Very clear signals. This is something I saw. This is divergence on the RSI already. So keep a close eye on this one, because it's a little early, but you know, when I switch to the daily, you can see that we are at this level. So there's a reason price bounced over here, because we ran into this support. Once this breaks, we have more downside potential. So I really like this trade. And of course, if the Fed hikes the rate, the dollar will ideally get stronger, and that would be another push lower in this pair. So this is exactly the direction we want to trade it. What else do we have? Let's zoom into this one very quickly. I did an analysis on gold. Why? Again, because people wanted me to do that, and I said the two things that could happen. If this level holds, we can see another bounce into this resistance line, but if this level breaks, then we should see another move down. Well, the second scenario happened, and it is, I hope some people profited from this. Was a nice move last week. Of course, the psychological 1200 is an area where price will struggle. Dollar strength will push gold lower again next week, so I think price is pretty low already. So that's the reason I do not trade this anymore. There's too much potential to the upside as well. But let's see what happens on this one as well. Yes, that's it for today. I wanna make two other videos on oil, because oil has come down pretty far, and I wanna do an extensive analysis on the Australian dollar, Swiss franc as well. So expect those videos the coming week. For now, yes, I think it was a pretty extensive analysis. So I wish you guys good luck, happy trading, and check out my YouTube, Instagram. Feel free to ask me questions, and let's make some money together.